got the Union Jack flying full mast now, look. Well, somebody's had to graffiti it, haven't they? The equipment is intended for use by adults and children above the age of 14 years old.
You worked your way round in the circle.
I wonder how many people will actually use it though.
Somebody who wants to show off.
Alright then. I always wanted to ever go on one of these.
The other picnic table there.
What was the name of this? Persimmons Homes, who bought this bit, was it? Persimmon. Well, there's nothing much happening up here at the moment. Hopefully there won't be.
Can't come up here.
If they'd have built all the houses that they wanted to when they bought the land, they wanted 390? But that figure has come down significantly. But even so, you can't have a lot of extra traffic on Crown Lane because that just, well, that's a bad junction anyway to get out of. Oh dear.
They'd have to come off on that roundabout down there.
Well, they was on about ghost junctions on the 1088, weren't they? But I can't see them getting permission for that.
One down there.
Yeah. Rather a lot of vapor trails.
Yes, there is, isn't there? Loads.
Or chemtrails, as some people would say. No. Trees are very pretty over there, aren't they? Look at the reds in those ones there. Over near the bypass.
And by the cemetery.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad day, is it?
Lovely day. That'd be good.
Pretty, isn't it? Hey? Yeah.
People trying to go along this road and down and up.
So what you saying, if somebody at Stanton get planning permission for some business,
without all them houses or whatever they're going to do, they should, I think they should pay for a pedestrian bridge here.
did they say they were going to, did they? Or,
It's mentioned.
oh, I see.
It's mentioned.
But I also heard something about this Persimmons homes, that maybe if they got planning permission for them homes, they might be prepared to build a footbridge over this road to get to the other side of the footpath.
They're more likely to have permission at Stanton for their bit than here. This has been going on years.
Yeah.
You know, Stanton bit hasn't been going on that long.
No.
All this development at Stanton.
Wasn't that something to do with when they were proposing IKEA up there? Because that's ages ago. That's finished now, isn't it? Yeah.
So,
I mean, there was another big business or whatever going to move up there, and there is a sign up there now to say that some of the land has been bought by someone.
company.
Yeah, company or something. I can't remember who it is, but yeah. But we certainly want something across here, don't we? Because I mean, this is dangerous, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for us older people, these steps are quite steep, aren't they? We've got to go down steady. One step at a time. And to get across here, you've got to be prepared to wait quite a while. Yeah. And you take your life into your own hands, really, don't you, when you go? I think, the lorry just coming over the top of the hill, but I think we're going to make it alright, yeah. Car just coming up on the other side. Ooh! No. You only got to risk your life once a day if you come on the walk. I mean, years ago, before that bypass was put here, this side, hey? Yeah, well that was Crown Lane, the bit we just come up. But over here they called Wood Street. Well, I don't know where the boundary between the two, or why they found it necessary to have two different names, for which was basically the same road, because there was no road junction down there where the bypass is now. There was no road there. That was just a straight through road what come through on up here. Sorry? What, them posts? No, those posts have been there, well, as far as I know, since they've done all this. Yeah. But to cut through like that, like they have, and channel through and cut the road out is, well, yeah. I suppose they thought originally not many people would want to come up here, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, originally, if I used to come from Bardwell and I was going to the doctors in Crown Lane up here, I used to come out of Bardwell. That's when I lived in Bardwell. I used to come out of Bardwell, up Davies Lane, up Malpit Road, then I used to turn right, turn left at Ash Planting, where you can't go through now because that's been cut off, and then I used to turn right up here at the top of Wood Street and come straight through that way, because I always used to reckon that was a little bit quicker. I remember driving on this road. That wasn't ever a very wide road, but I mean they've narrowed it in a lot, haven't they? Yeah. That's nice that they left it for us for a footpath. But if you weren't in full control of all your faculties, that wouldn't pay to try crossing that. I think most people would be horrified to think that people over 70 come over there, wouldn't they? These berries are much darker red, aren't they?
They are.
They're not hawthorn,
Yes,
are
they are.
Are they still hawthorn?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
They're probably more mature.
I ought to know all this, being born and bred in the countryside, but to be honest I haven't, because, you know, I've had interest in other things, and
Blackbirds love them because that's protein.
yeah. That was only when I become middle-aged plus that I ever took any interest in nature whatsoever. I don't know why. That's because my life was all in mechanics and machinery and things. And I spent all my time doing that. I always like the view from here though, because you can see across to the mill there, Pakenham windmill. You should, yeah, I can see the water mill just across there. It's the water mill, and there's the 1088 towards Stow Lancroft. Sort of vanishing away in the distance up there, well, towards the lime kiln. That's quite pleasant up there. Do you know what these little mauve flowers are then? What was that? Good view of Stow-Langtoft water tower this morning. Oh yeah, it's got that. Normally that's more misty looking across here. Must be the time you walk up here. Yeah, I know what they are, sloes, because we used to pick them.
Yeah.
Make some sloe gin. Somewhere over there. Oh, it's there maybe? If the camera will focus, there's buried beet factory steam. I think that's it over there. Because I'm on a high zoom, I can't really get a stable shot because I'm free-handed. Doesn't look like they've been using this for any sugar beet this year. But I think the farming techniques have changed now. They've got these big tractors with trailers. They don't dump them and get them picked up and took in Bellary anymore. They take them straight, perhaps off the field, straight into the factory as soon as they harvest of them. Do you think that's it, or? Because you don't often see, at Alverden, you'll see heaps of sugar beet lying near the road.
Yeah.
And they usually dump near the side of the road, and then the lorries pull up on the side of the road, cut all the banks and verges up. that road going from Barnham to Alverden Estate, you know, up there's usually a pile of sugar beet up there, and they pick them up from the side of the road. But most farmers round this way, because they're not far from the factory, they cart them straight in, don't they, as they take them off the field, presumably. Because I've noticed that a lot of the sugar beet pads that you used to see getting used in the winter don't get used now. Yeah. I remember my father, back in, I think that was the late 50s, painted that old water tower there at Stow-Langtoft.
Yeah.
And me and mother and my sister, we went on bicycles from Bardwell, and he come down and had a word with us, you know, because we went in the afternoon when he was working there. He said, come and have a look what we're doing. I didn't go in or nothing, because we didn't. I mean, I was probably a young lad, about 6 or something like that at the time, old enough to ride a bicycle from Bardwell to Stow-Langtoft. I think the audio on this film is going to be totally useless because that's going to be so wind noise. You need an external mic with a windsock on it. So that part up there is getting rather overgrown now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just begin to wonder, when I was talking about Wood Street, where that started or when that finished, I can't honestly remember. But I think the road that goes across when you get up here, that's a T-junction, go left or right, I think that is actually Wood Street and all this is possibly Crown Lane. Yeah, I'll look the old maps up. So this is where we turn down. I mean, there's a useful overlay that you can put on Google Maps. And that's mainly done like Second World War stuff. You can see all the old air bases and things on there. But you can get a lot of historic map data off Google Maps. You know, use the facility. I'm surprised where all this wind has come from. Because where we are on the close, you don't get any, do you? That's quite calm. Is that a plane? So this path we're on now, that's not a footpath, that's just a permissive path, isn't it? That's been permissive now for quite a few years, haven't it? For 5, 7 years, something like that, but before that, that wasn't anything. But I don't really know who this land belonged to, Cross or Reeve or... Skylarks? Yeah. I used to think that skylarks were something you only see in the spring and the summer. Yeah. Dainty little mushrooms, toadstools or whatever. Nobody seems to mention toadstools, everything's a mushroom now, isn't it? When you get these people foraging. Some are toadstools, some are mushrooms. I suppose. There were these old buildings, one behind the other. They used to be the property of Anglian Water, and they must have shut down when modern techniques or whatever took over in the late 80s, early 90s sometime. Then they've been converted into houses, haven't they? I was beginning to wonder if the benevolence of the farm had run out, because this bit was always kept quite nice along here, but until I got near I couldn't see that there was any path here anymore. they've spent a lot of money on that fence, haven't they? So the name of the property, or at least one of them, is called Water Meadows. Rather appropriate. Yeah. You can see the one behind now, can't you, once you get here? I suppose their entry point must be off the lane down there.
I should think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always said that you'd like to have one of them when they were finished, didn't you? Unfortunately, we didn't win the lottery soon enough. Huh? And now we cross the main road here and go over into the field. This whole road has been pretty busy the last few minutes. There's a bit of a break at the moment, so I should get across before those cars catch us up. That's the 1088. This is still a permissive path. Yeah. And not a footpath. But I thought, where do the water meadows start then? The other side of the river, are they? Yeah, but obviously if this is only a permissive path, then that still belongs to the farmer, doesn't it? Yeah. There is a fence there, the other side of the river. So perhaps that's only the bit the other side of the river that is like public property. Hercules. Charlie 130. What type, I don't know, but yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Autumn is always my favourite time of the year in a way. I like spring too, but the colours of autumn are lovely. So that's the bridge. You don't really notice you're going over, do you? You don't realise there's a bridge there. When you come round the A143, come down the hill, round Mulley's roundabout, and go straight over to Bury, you hardly notice that bridge, do you?
Yeah.
So later on, presumably this will all be flooded, won't it? Usually is every year. Yeah. From just the other side of the river there. So why do you think this little sluice pit or whatever was there? Did they draw water out of the river, and then if they're going to draw water out of the river for irrigation, why do they draw it into there first and then suck it out with another pump? Why don't they just draw it out of the river? Or perhaps what that is if you, time you're drawing it out of the river, you've lost all the head of water. And if they pumped it, because they usually pump from the other side of the road for the irrigation, the pump probably wouldn't suck all the way from the river up there in one go. That was a sudden surprise, not very high. Yeah. And that looked like RAF, but I'm not sure whether that was American or not. I know Putin is doing some form of manoeuvres this week, so whether they're doing something too, I don't know. I heard he's doing some nuclear war simulation or something like that. Heaven forbid. He did notify NATO though that he was going to do it. So that could be good or bad, couldn't it? They could go well. Ah, we can see bombs coming, but not to worry, that's just a simulation. No, I don't know. Shouldn't joke about them sort of things, really. Anybody who ever fires a nuclear weapon want the head tested, because that'll be the end of all of us. The side who they're supposed to be supporting too, so. That'll be the end of humanity altogether, I think. Oh, look at them. Why did I walk by them? Oh, some more? Oh yeah. I was looking at the bridge, I must have had tunnel vision at the time. And that green water, look. This has got rather grown up in here now, look. Is it duckweed or is it algae? I wouldn't like to say. The graffiti has got overwritten and overwritten on it. I don't think there's so many go on the other side. That's not so easy to get to. You can hear the expansion joint when they lump over, can't you? So we've probably got several tons roaring over our head at this very moment. Let's hope that the girders, the beams, whatever, haven't got concrete cancer. Where the reinforcing rods, presumably I've got reinforcing rods in them, have not gone rotten. I honestly don't know though. Not a lot of water in though, is there? So we get out of here and we go up these steps. And that's the old Mulley buses maintenance depot come graveyard, I suppose. What we ought to call it. Bus engine there, look. Complete with turbo. So there's all these buses standing doing nothing.
Children on holiday.
Ah, yeah, you're right there. Children on holiday. But they wouldn't all be school buses, would they? Ever thought about getting a bus pass? No. I've thought about it. I've thought, well, I suppose, but then, you see, say like you wanted to go to Ipswich on the bus, right? It's not easy, because the buses don't run through Ixworth to Ipswich. You'll have to go to Bury, probably. Or go to this, get on the 140 and go from there. I know they run up from, you know, Dis to Bury. From Dis to Ipswich rather. But I don't think they go from Ixworth to Bury St Edmunds to Ipswich all in one go. You'd have to get into Bury first, which would mean a connection and a wait. You'd waste a whole day getting there and back. That's like the trains, always amuse me. When you look on Google Maps, if you try to put point A to point B and find out how far it is, they always tell you, they always give you a third option. They usually give you a couple of routes plus British Rail. Well, you walk 2 miles, you get on a bus, you go to this, you get on the high-speed train down towards London, you get off at Colchester, and then you take another one and go down to Clacton, say if that's where you want the destination. And then that gives you a time about 5 to 7 hours, one-way journey. How can that even be practical? When you could jump in your car and be down there in an hour and 6 minutes. Now you can decide which way you want to go back. There's 3 options. You can go up here through Micklemere Drive, through the housing estate out on Crown Lane, and back across the playing field. You want to do that one? Or you can go down here, up the street, and into Village Hall, or you can go up Dr. Cannon's footpath. So you go this way. Just look that way. Yeah, that's alright. This is easy because you've got a good vision there. Do you know how many houses there are on here? I haven't. I should say 60, 80, something like that would it be? This estate has probably been here since the late 80s, hasn't it? Or perhaps, I don't know, early 90s. That's been here a long while. This and the one up near the school. Thistledown Drive up there, about the same time. Probably just after they done the bypass. Using the old local surnames, aren't they, for the roads? So what are they, a relative to the yakka or something?
Some sort of palm.
Something like that. Yeah, I like that. I don't know what they are. Can you get through Thomas Close walking?
No.
Can we go up the end here and have a look?
There's 2 places, isn't there?
Yeah, I think you might be able to walk through here. Right, we have come through here for walking. Yeah, you can get through. New road leading to Carpenter Close. So Carpenter Close are them new houses that they knocked the old ones down. I don't know why they need to rename them.
What do I know? Just a fencer. Should have been a Sparky, mate. Coming to work, little cleaning it, just clean jobs there.